On the computer, he went to SheetCam TNG, and I believe it was Mach 3 loader. So we have SheetCam TNG, and then we have Mach 3 CNC. And now we're right here at the plasma CNC table, which we had to fill up this channel and this second one of water. There's a divider right there to right here. So we only fill up 2 because we're only using these 2 compartments, not this one and not that one down there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 4. We only used 2 right here. Yeah.
So this is the plasma table cutter, right? So we had to install all this electrical and everything. So if you buy one in your house, you can't just hook it up to the outlet at this capacity, right? We had to put 50 ohms breakers on it, 2 poles, and it's 240 for the hypertherm. That's how much power it takes. That's what's driving the most power out of anything, is that hypertherm, right? Everything else is just power for the computer, the monitor, and the box down there. That black box is what controls your motors for this, right? So you have one motor over here, one motor over here. That controls your travel on your Y, right? You have one motor right here. This controls your travel on your X, correct? This motor controls your Z height, up and down, right? But obviously, if I push anything right now, nothing's gonna happen. Now, this runs under Mach 3. Mach 3 has a software that multiple companies use. If you buy a Tormach machine, they also use Mach 3, which is similar to this. So it makes it very user-friendly, especially if you know how to operate a keyboard and where all the buttons are at. Makes it super easy compared to a CNC machine like a Fanuc control, the old school models that you're looking for buttons for every little thing to do, right? So I'm just gonna come over here and turn on the black box. So here's my power switch. Here's the power. We heard that happen, right? So that pretty much sends power over there too, correct? You wanna make sure the emergency stop is off. And then now up here, emergency stop's gonna be on too. We wanna stop it, emergency reset. So we should be good now. All right, now all I'm doing is pushing the right arrow and it's traveling. So right here is your jog speed and your axes, right? So if I push the left arrow, comes back on X. If I push down, it should come towards me, but it's backwards right now. So down is gonna go up and up is gonna go down. It's like that Independence Day movie, you know, when he gets to the spaceship and he goes forward and actually goes back, you gotta flip it upside down. We just have to flip it upside down, right? So if I hit down, it travels away from me. If I hit up, it travels towards me, right? Now your Z, all you have to do is push page up and page down, right? And that controls your Z. Now your Z height becomes very important because we have to be anywhere between 60 to 150 thousandths away from the sheet of metal, right? If you get too close to it while you're traveling, it's gonna gunk up and it's gonna glue itself to it, the torches, the nozzle. Then your nozzle goes bad and then your material goes bad and you could damage your motors because they're gonna be overworking trying to get to that position that you're asked it to be on.
Between 60 and 150?
Yeah. And then if it goes above 150, guess what happens?
You don't cut all the way through.
The torch shuts off.
Because you ain't got enough electrical current to get to the metal.
So then you have nothing anyways, correct? Another
So
big
60
thing
to 150.
is your wires.
So 100's
right?
good. Right about 100,000.
So this is your torch wire, and then the wires that come through here that are on this and that come out, those are your axes, right? Normally when you see somebody hook this up on YouTube or whatever, they have something coming down the roof and they have it going through here, so it suspends through the air, right, while it's cutting. Unfortunately, we don't have that because it's a pretty big roof, right? That's a lot of bars coming down and everything. So until we get a fix for that, we have to just keep an eye and make sure that it doesn't pinch on it. But luckily, if we're working with the 10 by 10, it's not that much of a material, like too much of a travel distance, right? Yes, of course, if we're traveling from here all the way down, then that's when we'll be in some trouble, right? If you own a farm and you're trying to build one of those big farm signs in front of it and stuff like that, that's when you would do something as that extravagant, correct? But for what we're doing on here, so just take it like 10 inches by 10 inches, and this is all we're really working with one person's project, correct? Can you please give me a tape measure that's on top of the toolboxes in front of the Mazak? Should be on the very top. So, while he's doing that, so the Hypertherm needs to run on air, right? All I'm doing is pushing the water away because we're going to use a paper to measure the Z, and paper gets wet. You know how that goes, right? So, and another big thing, earlier today, I went to go drain the air compressor. It's Houston, humidity. No matter how good your dryer is, you're always going to get water in your system, right? So it's good practice that every Monday at least, you go drain your air compressors. Because if I wouldn't have drained it, I mean, Gannon saw how much water came out when he did it. I did it before him, and that's what led me to go drain the air
We saw it
compressors.
in the intro too. Ralph.
Yeah.
So just imagine
You
if
fill
that
up
gets
a
inside
gallon
that-
of.
Just imagine it gets inside your Hypertherm. That Hypertherm by itself costs about $2,500 to $3,000. Just that. So your table, obviously, the bigger it is, the more it's going to cost, right? But minimum, it's going to be $2,500 just for the Hypertherm. Everything else is going to be more and extra, right? So you want to take care of that Hypertherm, because if that Hypertherm goes out and you got to replace it, it's $2,500, right? All right. So now we're going to disconnect it, and we're going to connect it to the back of it. All right. So I already pushed the breaker. So we do have power, but we also have to ground this, right? I would feel safer if we ground it over there. Sometimes we ground it on the actual metal part. Put on the lado mejor. Look under it. Look. Take it around. Yeah. Kind of get into, put it inside and actually. It's not like jumper cables where it's just getting a little bit and you're okay.
Zap.
Gannon, put it under it and then.
Grab. Gimme.
Oh,
There you go.
And then go.
There we
I was
go.
like-
There we go. There we go. That's grounded.
You want to make good contact on it,
Good
right?
contact and the wire's out of the way.
You don't want to just, maybe you'll get, maybe, no. Usually some videos you see them getting on the piece itself, right? Obviously we don't want to do that because there's water right there,
Yep.
and water and electricity doesn't mix, right?
Well,
I mean,
it does, but you ain't gonna mix.
You're feeling froggy, go ahead and try it out. I mean, but
I'm gonna sue Lone
that's not
Star.
me. All right.
And then here's the front of the machine.
So, coming on back to this. So what we have to do is, we have to create
Features.
an actual DXF file. So under Sheet Cam, that's where we import our drawings and we start getting our toolpath here, right? This is kind of like Esprit. When you do the drawing on there, create the chains in the toolpath, then you run the post-processor, right? And after you run the post-processor, this is like the CNC machine that would give you the code out and everything, right? So what we have to do first though is generate the chains in the toolpath. So we're gonna go to File, Edit, And then we're gonna go to open job. So on this USB,
Eric's class.
go to Eric's class. We have nothing.
That's where we saved it. That's weird.
USB.
There we go.
Alright, so let's go with Astro
Mine's a
Star.
4-part, yeah.
Why didn't it come up?
Mm-hmm.
It was DX.
DFX file.
It's under here. Let me just copy to downloads. Hopefully it does.
I forgot to put a space after part number 4.
That's weird. It's not even saving it.
That's weird.
You see that?
Yep.
I don't think it's set opening it under the folder.
Is that why?
Yeah, let's try to save it.
Just on the drive.
Yeah, just on the drive itself. Yeah, because this is SheetCam G and DMG, but we gotta save it on DXF.
Alright.
Try to not save it under the folder.
We'll be back.
Awesome.
Alright, we're back. And they put some paper over there while we were gone. Z.
We'll measure our Z.
60,000 to 150,000.
120 just from here to where it was at right now. There was 120,000 difference. And you can tell that it's sticking up a little bit.
There's a gap.
At this edge.
Yeah, let's see the shadow.
sheet metal at the left, at the bottom left, you can tell that it's just off of it, right?
Yeah. Warped a little.
So sometimes what I would do is I would grab like a heavy part of scrap material, put it at the edge so that it compensates. for
Yeah.
it. Right.
Balances it. It's
Alright.
like leveling it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try this again.
File, open job.
Open job. What the hell? Is it because under job files maybe? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, did we not tape under the right?
DFG, DXG,
Let me
FDG.
so that's opening job. Let me see. Any job.
New part instead of new job.
Import join. Astros.
Mine all says part on it before, like part 2 Astro starred. That's mine.
Alright, so right here is asking where we want it.
When I started.
We're just
bottom
gonna
left.
press it on the bottom left, right? Metric inches.
There's my
Press
star.
that. Boom.
Boy, I tell you what.
So from here it's 0 on X, right? If we travel all the way down, that's about 7 inches, correct?
Almost 8. Yep.
But normally you don't want it hitting those corners like that
So move
because
it
it's
over.
gonna come off, right? The actual material.
So
Now there's a few ways of fixing it. I could get it off right now, or I could just leave it there, and whenever I put my X0, Y0, Z0 in Mach 3, I could just shift it and tell it that it's gonna be off. You get what I'm saying? So get it off of
lie
here.
to it.
Yeah, 250 and 250. So it really doesn't matter. That's fine. So obviously, if we see here, that's our tool path, right? Kind of like in the spring. Everybody say, go Paul. Raul! Go Paul. Alright, so if I come right here, create new jet cutting operation. So it's gonna tell me now what I want to cut. So this is the inside of my offset, but we're gonna cut the outside of the offset, right?
Yeah. So we don't damage the inside.
Our layer is 0. So normally you would put, if you have different layers on them, you would have to name them something different so for you to create and click on different things, right? I haven't really figured out on the SolidWorks how to do that, create the different layers. Obviously we're not doing it in the spring, but there's got to be a way to do it. And if you do it that way though, you could have different chains on there on the same drawing. But for now, we're just gonna have different ones. No big deal, we can work around it, right? So layer 0. So you have to make sure that you click the 0 and highlighted this. So right here it's telling me my feed rate, right? How fast I'm gonna go. Lead end type, an arc. I could put none, I could put tangent, perpendicular. So like your part that you were making of your M and like the shield, how you're gonna put it in the inside, you would want to click the different ones there to try to work it out so that it's not just cutting straight on the line when it first gets in there, right?
Because it leaves that little keyhole.
Yep, so right here, loop sharp corners, arc, triangle. So right here is a cutting path. We're gonna auto it, but you could go manual, or you could say all inside first to show this pass. So as we can see right now, what it's gonna do is it's gonna cut, it's gonna come in here, then it's gonna start cutting there. So this little extra material, it's okay because what's actually gonna stay there is only the sharp
Because you can
corners.
see the red.
Yeah.
The red is the material.
So if we see here though, we're coming off the material a little bit, right? Now that's a big red flag for us. Why? Because if that hypertherm doesn't feel that material, it could shut off right there. So it shuts off, and then when it comes back on, it's just gonna be too late. Now you can push F5 and turn it on and turn it off at your own will, the hypertherm, right? But if you didn't turn it on right there, I mean, we're talking about a 1/4 inch thick of material. It's not like you could just break it off and be like, oh, okay, I'm good now. No, you would have to run it again. And obviously if you run it again, it's gonna hit certain parts more than it did on the other side. So that's gonna be the back side.
The best thing to do is
Right.
just to shift it over 1/4 inch or so.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it on there also.
Okay.
Because you could run this like above the part without the hypertherm on. And it's gonna do the moves and everything. So then you wanna adjust to it to where it's perfectly where you want it at. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Alright, so after that's done now, so we created this chain, right? Now if we go to File, Run Post Processor, so part 2, Astro Star, and I'm just gonna put right here code, so I know that it's the code, correct? Hit save, process completed. That quick, right? So now if I come over here, well really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up. See, it's right there.
Notepad.
Astro Star code, right? Now, one thing about this machine is that it has an automatic tool set. THC, I think is what it's called. Tool height control, right? But the only bad thing is it doesn't work on this one. We haven't dialed it in and fixed it completely to where it needs to be at, right? I've tried calling the company a few times. They don't answer and this, that, and everything, so it's been a headache, right? So what I actually do is I go to the code and I delete where it says to do that. Because if you don't delete it, the Z is gonna come down and it's gonna wanna touch it, but when it doesn't feel it, it's just gonna stay there and continue going. So what does that mean for us?
System crash.
Exactly, right? So luckily I know my G code, right? So I know that this, we see right here,
G31.
G31 Z minus 100.
Oh shit.
That's a long way down.
Wait, 100,000 or just
No.
100?
100 inches.
Oh shit.
It just says it's I'll probably change it to 100,000. And this G92, look what it's saying.
It's like
Negative
quarter inch.
280.
Wow.
So if my zero is at the plate of it,
It's gonna go in.
It's gonna go into it a quarter inch.
it's gonna want to go in, right? But it does that because it has a sensor on it, right? So when it touches it, the way that it should function, it should touch it and then go towards the path. And let's say you were doing letters. It's supposed to come up, go to the next letter, touch it and feel it, register how much it is, come up and then continue going, right? That's how it should work. But since it ain't working right now, we're deleting it, right?
All right.
So right here, we could see that if we read our code as G20, so we're just measuring in inches. G90 is an absolute. F1, we go through M03, I believe in this one, turns on your actual torch, right? Yeah, no M8, there is no coolant on this. So there goes our code, right?
The water's in there. It's there. It made something.
MO5, turn it off.
Yeah, MO5 turns off the actual torch, and then it goes up. So we're just gonna go to File, Save. We could save it for the same one, right? Because we don't need the other one because we know that it's messed up, right? So those are the only two things we really had to change. Like I said, guys, it's really imperative that you know how to read code, that you know how to go in there. Like the first time we did it, everybody was like, "Oh crap, it doesn't work." Send it back or call them, come over here. And this time I'm like, wait a minute, dude, we all know code. You can just go in the code and manipulate it. How? Step aside, damn it. And then we went in there and we worked it. We worked it out, right? So that's all we had to do. So we're gonna save it,
That's good to know.
hit the X, right? So now if I go to load G code, I'm gonna load. Where did I save it at?
Hit quick access.
I did, so
Oh, no.
that's a square.
Hit-
It's on that one.
It's on desktop. Where it says,
It's on desktop.
I think so.
Notepad.
It's on quick access. I think it's because I still had it open. So let's try it again. Maybe not. I just had it.
It's on this PC/desktop. That's where it's set to.
Just file a new one. Save
You
new.
can
Save as a new. Where you at? You're on desktop. See that?
No, now it's there.
Now it's gonna be a number.
What if
Quick
What
access.
if I click there? It'll save it there, right?
Should. Part 2 Astro code. You can't save here. Choose another location.
Save it to,
Let's go downloads because there's nothing there.
All right. Now X out. Load G code. Downloads. Downloads. What the heck?
Oh, because that's
Oh.
TXT.
All files. There it is.
what was it under? Oh, just not under the.
I don't know that we needed. So I want to come over here and make sure.
Yeah,
That
make
it's
sure
there,
in the
right?
code.
So as I'm scrolling down, we can see the lines going towards path. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So now, is the hyperthread is off, right? There's no numbers in the front. ¿Está apagado?
It should be off. So all you do is plug in
Switch.
the air.
Leave it off though. Leave it off. If it's off, leave it off.
No touch it.
Did you just turn it on?
Yep.
I just said if it's off,
Oh.
leave it off. Turn it back off.
Jeez. That's why we can't have nice things.
Is it off?
Yep. No numbers.
No LED lights in the front. No nothing.
It's off.
Machine is off. OFF.
All right. So if we look at our code,
Jose said, am I pissing you off, Papa?
look, it's positive X. Y is positive 7, right? So if I started right now, if I call that my X0, Y0, Z0, it's gonna come off the part easily, right? So I'm gonna at least come over here, put that at Y0, right? And I just saw right now that my most positive Y was 7, almost 8 inches, right? So I'm gonna come over here. How about the 8 inches, correct? And then my X is gonna go to negative 0.12.
That's too far over.
So if this is my X0 here, I'm gonna wanna come over here. How about that much? Because remember guys, when we're dealing with this, you wanna waste as least material as possible.
Now he's
Right.
zeroed there.
If I just say F it and put it right in the center of that, well, how much material is that taking off of my future project?
A lot.
Right?
You want to waste
So
metal.
the less material you waste, the better it's gonna be, right?
Cool.
So now I want to raise up my zine. What to move the paper? So I'm gonna push cycle start, and then just come down here to stop, just in case it starts touching. See right there, it just traveled. That's telling me that that's Y positive 7. What is that gonna do? It's gonna end up cutting way over here, right?
So as that runs through there, it's also running through here.
Like I said, guys, it's backwards, so it's making it upside down.
And you watch the code as. So this is like running in graphics.
Right.
Ba-bam. Done. Yeah, look at that star. So if you're really cool, you can put soapstone in there as you run it, and you can watch it trace it out.
I'm not that cool though. I would feel more comfortable if we get at least a heavy piece of metal and put it in that corner, so it's a little bit more flat.
Look at that stock bin over there. That ain't heavy enough, fool.
That's aluminum, man.
Still, bro.
Look at the brown.
Hell,
look at the green bin.
Hey, get that round stock right there on that pallet.
No, that's gonna fall over.
No, if you stand it up.
It's gonna fall over. Gannon, look at the green one, all the way at the end. They got stainless over there.
Yeah. Find you a big old chunk. Yeah.
That one was probably.
There you go. Take that. Oh, that's heavy.
Let's put it in the corner over there, left corner. Over here. Left corner, towards the.
The bottom of it right here. Hold the torch down
Put
here.
it a little bit more,
This way.
like towards me and to the left a little bit.
Push it away from you and to your left.
Yeah, just to the point where. So we could easily run it again, right?
Cycle start. Just to make sure it doesn't touch.
So right now we're looking at the gap, and we could stop it where we want. Like right there, that gap looks pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little closer to the plate.
Yeah.
Z down.
Couldn't you just get a
It might hit it when it comes
gauge
down.
block? Like I guess 100 thousandths of a gauge block.
Oh,
Just
is
put
it gonna
in
hit
there
it?
and-
Oh,
Get it.
oh, clearance.
Hold on.
Oh, you're lucky. All right, so we need to change the
All right,
Z.
so hold on. Let's come over here. Go ahead and get that paper, Gannon. Sprinkle.
What?
All right, so look, see, move it.
Just move it out.
So that's saying that it's negative 200 thousandths, right? So we're gonna zero that there though. Now I'm gonna come way down here where it should be. It shouldn't go lower than that. Go ahead and put it right there. So that's just positive 47 thousandths, which isn't bad, right? I'll take it right there. Positive 93.
That one's tight.
So really, we come pretty much right there, right? So I can't see, so let me know when I'm.
Alright,
Snug. 150.
Alright, so that's positive 150. But we see,
the difference.
yeah,
Fluctuating.
that if I zero it here, right, all the way over there to the right, it was actually
47.
zero, like, but the negative 150, right? So if I zeroed it there, and I'm going positive 150 to 60 on my program, that would have been a 60 plus that 150.
That's
So
210.
it would have lost contact, the 210 thousandths, right? What I'm gonna try to do though is I'm gonna try to, let's see if there's just like a spot where it comes down. Check it right there. Alright, so that's just positive 92. Didn't really give us that much, right? Well, we were 150, 50 thousandths of a difference, right? So what I'm gonna do though is I'm just gonna run it there. Hopefully it runs it. If not, we'll just run it twice, right? So what I need you guys to do now is put one of the screens on this side and another screen
On this side.
like in front of us. Bring that one around over here. Yeah, check the bottom. Junior, help him with the setup up. Alright, no, just bring that one over here.
No, keep going. Turn.
You come this way.
Damn it. Put some screws in it. Look at that booty.
Alright. Get it off the wire though, Danny. Look,
Yeah, put the wire on top of the leg.
Push it more over here as much as you can.
Push, push, push.
Go ahead and turn on the hypertherm on your
Hey, push that around that board. There you go.
Put the other one over there on that side.
Alright, so we're just getting set up here. Putting laser
Alright,
screens.
we're now just look directly at it.
Hey, yeah, look right at it, man. You already wear glasses as it is, so just keep wearing more glasses.
Alright, so I just turned on the hypertherm.
And he just turned it on. Upside down, we're looking.
What's that yellow light? Is that yellow light?
Oh, what?
Yellow light?
Yellow light?
Yeah.
I don't look at yellow light.
Put it back on there.
Alright,
Should be good now.
Green, 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 and 42. Alright.
Alright, so don't look straight
Directly.
into the light, guys. Do not look straight into the light.
Get a weld hood and you can.
There you go.
Through this?
Hell wants to look at.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna look flames and it's gonna be going and there's gonna be noises and stuff like that. It's gonna look cool the first time you see it, right? Trust me, if you look directly to that light, by the time you look away,
You're gonna be blinded.
you're gonna be seeing dots everywhere, right?
Don't drive
So
home.
even through this, don't even. Well, this
I
is
mean, you
fine,
can see
right?
it
This
through
dims
that.
it, yeah.
But don't
But-
go directly.
Don't like be,
Ooh.
you know, like all over there. Put it
It's
past
like
you.
welding, right?
Hey,
When, you burn
put
your
your
eyes,
shades
you
on.
go to sleep the next night.
All right. Test one. Let's go.
Enter the code. Machine
Oh, they
activates.
didn't turn on.
Uh-oh. Why didn't you turn on?
I don't know if it's the actual hypertherm that hasn't been on in a while. Is the ground connected in the front?
The what?
The ground?
The ground wire?
The cable?
Yeah.
There it goes.
I don't know.
Air's blowing. I gotta run it again. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Woo. Fire hazard.
Get off of it.
That's
Oh,
fine.
that's right.
Hair almost caught on fire.
I almost caught my hair on fire, man.
You need to wear hairspray more.
You know how long it took me to fix this every morning? And I wake up like this.
All right. And then
Alright, let's go ahead and pull this chain down.
Hey, I was gonna get something.
Boys, just get it out the way.
get it out of my way. There we go. We have a star. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You can see where it came in and out. Don't touch, it's hot. We got you a nice little star.
Boom, I just showed you another skill.
Yeah, buddy.
I ought to get a big magnet so I could just activate the magnet there and
Oh,
pull that
pull it
thing
out.
out. Because most
Yeah.
of this is mounted still.
I can take this and link it.
Go ahead, it's yours anyway.
Oh, that looks weird though. You see right here?
You look weird.
So you didn't cut.
Did it not cut?
No.
Nope. See, like right there.
All right, just break it off.
Just came off. You can either break it off or you can run it again. It's up to you.
I'll break it off. Well, there you go. Ta-da.